Hi, everybody. It's Tamara from Moogly, and we are, as always, fingers crossed, live. It is July 10th. Had to check the date. This year is flying by, and I hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July, whether you were celebrating here in America or anywhere around the world, just having a wonderful Thursday. I hope it was a good one. It was very lovely here. We got lucky. It didn't rain. We were expecting rain all day. We got very, very lucky. We're able to go see some beautiful fireworks and spend some time with family. Speaking of which, I still have family in town, so this one's going to be a relatively quick live today, just going over anything you might have missed in the past couple weeks, with maybe a little sneak peek here at the end. So, first and foremost, before anybody asks what I'm wearing, this is the Sea Glass Summer Cardi, which is a free pattern you can find on mooglyblog.com. I also have it linked along with all the rest of the things I'm going to talk about today in today's blog post. So, if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, there should be a link in the description. If you're watching somewhere else and you don't see that link, just go to mooglyblog.com and it should be, if you're watching this recently, the most recent post. Otherwise, just scroll down a bit and it should be right there. So, what's been happening? Big thing that's been happening, not so much on Moogly, but happening on your inspirations that I really want to talk about is download to give. Now that had ended 2 days ago. It was an amazing, phenomenal drive. And I want to thank everybody who downloaded patterns. Basically, any pattern downloads counted towards download to give. It was a relatively short-lived campaign, which is why I'm talking to you now 2 days after it's over. But it was a really great opportunity to give back, to warm up America. Basically, for every pattern downloaded on your inspirations, they gave a small amount of money to warm up America. And of course, that has added up. Now, like I say, I've got family in town and I just sat down to do this, so I haven't gone back to see how well they did. But again, for everybody who downloaded patterns, thank you so much. And of course, keep downloading them, even if they're not donating to Warm Up America. Your Inspirations has, it's got to be close to 10,000 free crochet and knit and craft patterns up there. So go be sure to check those out if you haven't already. So what else has been happening? We've got the Moogly Crochet Along Block 13 by Underground Crafter. Some of you have already been making this one, and I've loving seeing them. This one is a little bit more 3D. The flower in the center, if I put it sideways, you can see, has a little bit more pop. It's not super high. It's not multi-layered. It's really just one layer of stitching that pops off here. I guess maybe two. You could say 2 layers there of stitching that pops off the surface, if you will, of the square. But this is what it looks like from the front. And this is what it looks like from the back. So this is by Marie Segarras of Underground Crafter. And it's another really beautiful square. This is another one of my evergreen squares. This is 13. So I believe this was the first of the evergreens. Yes, I think that's right. So I'm starting to lose track. We're getting so far into the year. But a really beautiful square, some really lovely details. I enjoyed the stitching on this one very much. And Marie always has really beautiful patterns. I used Red Heart with Love, as always. I'm using a Statch Buster, so that's why I have to stop and think about what my featured color is. I've got gray and white going throughout the year, but the other colors are going to change out so I can kind of get through my rainbow of Red Heart with Love back there. So I'm just going to take a quick moment here and make sure that you guys are able to see these since we didn't quite do that break at the beginning. Alrighty, looks like we're up and running. So thank you. Just double checking. Yes, okay, all right, everything is working. Always have to just make sure. All right, what else has been happening? The Casual Crochet Bucket Hat. This was a pattern that was requested by a reader, and I was very happy to oblige. Now, this hat matches the Casual Crochet, it's the Casual Crochet Crossbody Bag, the Casual Crochet Pouch, the Casual Crochet Sunglasses Case, and now we have the Casual Crochet Bucket Hat. So this used the leftover colors from all the pouches and bags to make a bucket hat that matches. The great thing is, if you don't have leftover bits of 3 colors like I did, it's also a 1 skein pattern. So to make this, I used Bernat Maker. You can see right here, if I were to make it a 1 skein pattern, this is the one I would have grabbed. I've been dying to use this pretty color. It's so gorgeous. But the problem was I couldn't decide. There were too many choices. So I ended up going with the other ones for the bags, and I've still got this one whole. I'll do something with this one eventually. It's so pretty. But I do love these colors too. I think it's saffron, sky blue, and I can't remember off the top of my head what they call the white color. You know, something fanciful and pretty. But I designed this one to have a more open across the top. This is just half double crochet, which leads to a little bit more of a holier fabric, if you will. And I wanted the top of my hat to have some really nice breathability. Along the sides is where we see that herringbone half double crochet that was featured in the bag set. So we've still got that same look with the texture. And then the brim actually alternates rows of the herringbone half double crochet and standard half double crochet. So the other thing that's a little different about this bucket hat compared to some of the other bucket hats I've made, or not that I've designed, but other people's patterns that I've made, because this is my first one. This one is a little bit bigger. A lot of the other ones I've seen fit more like a stocking cap with a brim, and I want to make this a little bit bigger and airier, not only because I'm someone with a bigger head, but I also prefer my hat just to fit a little bit looser in the summertime. In the winter, it's one thing to have it really tight because it's so cozy and warm, but in the summer, we're trying to get breathability, and a soaking hot head is not my idea of a good time. So you can see as it comes right down, this one is a little bit looser. So it holds on, I think, a little bit more to that great bucket shape. And you can see the brim stands out beautifully. I really like this one. If you wanted the brim even bigger, of course, you could just keep adding a couple more rows. Even though I was using the leftovers from the other bags, I absolutely had enough left over. I don't know if it would have been enough to make a whole nother hat, but there was definitely some yarn left over. So don't be afraid to, add a couple more rows to the brim if you want. If you want to go really big with the brim, if you've seen those crochet hats with the really big brims, then you have to look into getting a little bit of wire. You can usually find that on Etsy and things to put along that last row to sort of hold it up so the whole thing doesn't, of course, just flap down into your face. But these few rows are really just perfect. They stand out just enough. They're not in my way and give me just that little bit of shade. So this is the Casual Crochet Bucket Hat made with Bernat Maker, and I hope you will check it out. Doesn't have a video tutorial yet, but it will have one very soon. That is definitely on our agenda for this month. So I hope you guys like that one. Thank you. All right, let's see what else we've got. Coming back to my list here. Giveaways. We've got giveaways going on right now, 3 different ones. There is the Colorful Crochet Cables and Crochet Stars giveaway. I believe that is our newest one. So many books right now. So this is our newest combo giveaway. These are by 2 different authors. This one is by Noelle R.B. Stiles, who I've had the fortune of emailing with a little bit, and I believe she's coming with us on the Craft Tours England trip, so I'm very excited. So you'll get to meet a second author on this trip. But this is a fantastic book. I've previewed it to you guys before, but this is so much more than just a pattern book. Now, don't get me wrong, it's definitely a pattern book, and it is a great pattern book with charts and instructions. You can see even a washcloth. They've got fully charted out right here. Some really, really gorgeous projects, I should say. But the first half of the book really, really dives into color theory. Noelle is a professor as well as a crocheter, so this is her jam, and I am so excited to pick her brain and learn even more when I get to meet her in person. So you can see this first half is all knowledge, really great knowledge about color and matching color with yarn. If you've ever, picked out a beautiful yarn and a beautiful project and then somehow they just didn't mesh together, I think a lot of that is going to be covered in here, especially when you have these textured patterns. Multicolored yarns can really get lost, and she really addresses that beautifully here. So if that's something you've ever struggled with, or if you just want to do some beautiful cable patterns, she's got some great stuff. She also has an Etsy shop, Rebecca's Stylings, which I've linked in the giveaway. So if you want to check out just a particular pattern of hers, that's an option as well. The other book in this newest giveaway is by Noreen Crone Findley. It is called Crochet Stars, and this is a really fun one. You can see this one's quite a bit thinner. This is a real quick, just project book full of ideas. So in this one up front, you've got, of course, your notes for success, but then we jump right into it with some crochet star patterns. This one does not include charts. These are just written instructions right here. You can see there's several star patterns, and then it jumps into different ways to use them, such as using recycled yarns. You could upcycle a tote bag. And get the pages to turn here. Fingers don't want to work. There we go. We got some scrubby stars, a brooch or shawl pin. This one's really neat. This memory star idea right here. I think that's really lovely. So this one is just a whole lot of fun. If you like stars, if you want to have a star themed party, great ideas for a nursery, for sure. There's I believe a mobile in here somewhere. I think I saw one. So yeah, just lots of different stuff. Magic wands, which I think would be fun for a kid's birthday party too, or even a Ren fair. So this is just a really fun one. Crochet stars and colorful crochet cables are in a giveaway. One lucky winner will get this pair of books. So you want to enter that one on Moogly. The other book giveaway we have going on right now, this one is massive. These are all by Megan Lapp. Whew, this is actually kind of hard to hold all these up at once. They are heavy. The newest one is Crochet Monsters. You can see it's got a shinier cover, but look at this hefty tome. There is so much crochet in here. So many patterns, so many options. It's nearly infinite, I would think. It would take a mathematician to figure that out. Crochet Creatures of Myth and Legend. This was her first one. Yours will not come with a sticker. Mine did. But you can see amazing patterns again for some very fantastical creatures. Of course, none of the creatures want to show. Here we go. There we are. And did you see that? Oh, coming in fall 2023 Crochet Imkins. That one's included too. All three of her books, her three latest books, Crochet Imkins, Crochet Creatures, and Crochet Monsters. So one giant crochet Megan Lapp authored giveaway happening right now. These really are heavy as well. So one very lucky winner is going to get one very heavy package of books. And then, of course, we've got the Bernat Quick Weave Scarf Kit giveaway going on. Right here, I have two of the kits to show you. I haven't had a chance to make one yet, but I have had a chance to play with it a little bit and play with one that somebody had finished. And these are just a lot of fun. These are great for craft nights, craft clubs, people who want to learn to craft but maybe don't know how to crochet or knit, or maybe they do know how to crochet or knit and they just want to do something a little bit different. Just a very different craft. Basically, you've got this mesh that's pre-made. Turn this side better. You've got this mesh sort of stuff that's already made, and then you just take a needle and weave the yarn back and forth. You can go this way or this way to get different looks. It's all explained, but it really is incredibly simple. This is the kind of craft you can pick up in, I was going to say under 5 minutes, but probably in under 2 minutes, and just have a really good, fun, relaxing time. Great to take with you on a vacation or on a trip. Probably take it out of the box. It'll squish down a lot smaller. And yeah, just have some fun and make something really relaxing. Right now, it just makes scarves, but if you ask me, I think you could do some really interesting things sewing these scarves together. And I've got lots of ideas for those. Hopefully, I'll get to explore some of those over the coming year here. So that is everything that's out right now. Like I said, we're going kind of quick here, but I wanted to do one sneak peek. I always love giving you guys a little sneak peek before we go. This one isn't such a sneak peek because these things are already out, but I don't have the finished ones yet to show you. I'm still waiting. I got the email that they're on their way, but they're not here yet. And it is these new Bernat Latch Hook kits. Now, Latch Hook, I don't even know when it began. I remember doing it in the 1970s, so that should tell you something right there. But these are not my mom's latch hook kits, I'll tell you that much. It's still the same sort of idea, right? We've got a grid, we attach the yarn with a latch hook, but these designs are so much more fun. This is just one of them. You can see right here. It's a really modern design. No more, lions and sunsets and little kitties and puppy dogs and, the occasional tiger, which was the kind of latch hook kits that I grew up with, and definitely the first thing I think of when I think of latch hook. But now they've got this boho collection, and this is just one of them. You can see this is just a prototype. This isn't even, that's not what's happening here. All I have is this very pretty box. But these new designs are so pretty, and you can see a few more of them here on the side of the box. And the really fun thing is they've got some blankets to match the kits. So if you go on the site, you can get a latch hook kit, make a latch hook wall hanging in these really fantastic different boho styles, and then make a matching blanket, crochet a matching blanket, which I think is just such a fun way. I mean, everybody wants to, have their living room look more put together, or their bedroom, whatever, a guest room. And this is such a fun way. And if you ever latch hooked before, it's a very simple technique, very quick to learn. If you haven't, I have video tutorials that I've just realized I forgot to link, but I will link those when I go back to my computer. I have video tutorials on how to do it. And the great thing is, even if before maybe you've made sunsets and lions and tigers, it's going to be the exact same technique. The technique for latch hook hasn't changed, but the designs have definitely been updated. So the kits you can see here on the side in my little sample box are going to include the latch hook fabric, of course, all the yarn you need. Looks like it'll have the hook itself. And let's see. Oh, and some cotton rug binding. That is really nice. That is really, really lovely that they included that. Again, if you've done latch hook before, you know you want to put something around the outside of it. And so the fact that they included that binding is really, really wonderful. And of course, there are instructions included. And I have video tutorials on how to latch hook already up on the channel, so you can check those out as well. And hopefully I'll get to do some more of these as these continue to come out, because these are just a lot of fun. And I really love the new designs. I think they're really modern and up to date. There we go. Another look there. I want to say there's 6 or 7 of them on the website, so you'll definitely want to, check that out and see which ones appeal to you for sure. But just some really, really lovely projects. And just a really fun way to decorate. Again, wonderful for a craft night. A project like this, you could lay one out, get a couple extra latch hooks, and just have everybody working on the same project. I think this would be really fun. Housewarming, craft night, all kinds of things. Just a really fun kit. And I really love the new design, so I hope you guys will check those out as well. Again, I thought I was going to have the real ones, but all I have is the pretty box to show you today. They are still winging their way across the country to me. So I think, I'm just looking around trying to see if there's anything else I can show you guys. I think that's all I've got for today. Like I say, I apologize, it's a quick one, but I still have family in town for a couple more days, so I want to soak in the family time before they have to go home. Meanwhile, lots of fun stuff. All these links will be up on Moogly. I'm going to embed that video there in today's post as well, and I'll remember to include those links on how to latch hook in case you haven't checked that out before. And then hopefully I'll get to make a new tutorial with the new kits as well. So in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you're having a fantastic July, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye-bye, everybody.